Welcome to the Form Designer Training Guide, where you can build digital safety forms that do what you want. Safety Evolution's Form Designer gives you the ability to digitize all of your safety paperwork with powerful modules that initiate notifications, capture worker and third-party signatures, and make tracking your assets, employees, sites, and locations effortless. By the end of this training guide, you will have an understanding of these outlined objectives and be able to build your workforce the forms they need. Within Company Settings, Form Designer. Click New Form Design to create a blank design, or explore the template library by choosing from Template. Inside the library, we have over 75 templates for you to edit and make your own, including entry-exit log sheets, bump test records, ERPs, hot work checklists, safety harness inspections, and many more. Use them out of the box, or edit to make your own. We recommend always tailoring to your company's needs. Within the table that lists all your forms, filter by name or form type for easy searchability. Hide or reveal your archived designs. Check the status of a form. Drafts are unpublished and in progress. Published designs are live and accessible by your workforce in the mobile app. Unpublished edits means your published form has updates in progress and will not be accessible by workers until published. View the form name. This is what your workers will see when locating the form in the mobile app. View the form type. This will ensure your forms are categorized properly for easy searchability. View the date the form was created. Take action on a form to do the following. Edit. Duplicate existing designs. Unpublish a published form so workers cannot start new instances of it. Archive design when you no longer need a form design. Drafts can be deleted as well as published forms that have not captured responses from workers yet. Whether you are starting from a blank design or using a template from the library, the Settings tab is where you will start. Within the Settings tab, you have the following. Form name. Every new form design will start by giving it a unique and descriptive name. This is what your workers see on the mobile app when selecting a form. This is the heading of the form on the rendered view when completed and is searchable in the manager tables. Description. The description. This helps keep forms organized and can be helpful for your employees in the field when selecting forms. They will see the description under the form name. Form type. The form type can be classified with the pre-populated list of categories. This is to ensure your forms are hitting the appropriate analytic pages and for ease of searchability. Leave forms uncategorized if they do not fit into a category. Custom form types are on the way soon. Stay tuned as we continue for upcoming releases. Whether you are onto the Build tab. Use the Build tab to add elements, update element properties, rearrange, delete, and group. Within the Build tab, when building your form, you will find yourself moving from left to right. Add form elements to your form from the left side. Elements will populate the middle section either at the bottom or under the selected element if you have one highlighted. Update your element property with each addition to add content and create settings. Onto the Build tab. Use the Build tab to add elements, update element properties, rearrange, delete, and group. Within the Build tab, when building your form, you will find yourself moving from left to right. Add form elements to your form from the left side. Elements will populate the middle section either at the bottom or under the selected element if you have one highlighted. Update your element property with each addition to add content and create settings. Now let's take a deep dive into the elements. There are 3 categories of form elements. Layout and contents give structure and static content to your form. This is where you speak to the worker. Basic fields collect information from your workers when filling out forms. Use this area to ask questions and collect responses. Integration elements connect the entities in your company to your forms. Your employees, assets, and sites will populate into these drop-down lists on a form. We have also worked with clients just like yourself to build elements that help make specific forms. The inspection element, action item element, task risk assessment element are some of these items, and we will dive in soon. Layout and content. Great to use for giving structure to your form, adding blocks of text. This is output to your workers. Header. Create headers or subheaders to various parts of the form. Paragraph. Create verbiage in a form or give directions. Layout line. Add thin, medium and thick lines for the organization. List. Create structure with bullet points or numbered lists. Image embed. Add images for your workers to see while filling in the form. Video embed. Add videos throughout forms for guides, instructions, and more. Link. Put links throughout the form for your workers. Basic fields. Allow your workforce to input verbiage, dates, times, complete checklists, sign off and attach various files. Text field. Ask questions or give statements to prompt responses from workers. Time picker. A space for workers to fill in the time. Date picker. Capture date from the worker. Checkbox. Ask a question and give multiple answers to choose one or all. Signatures. Capture names, signatures, dates, and comments. File attachment. Allow workers to attach PDFs, photos, video, audio. Integration elements. Active lists of your workforce, equipment, and sites that will populate in a list format for your workforce to choose from. Employee. Active employees will populate into the list. Assets. All your built-in assets will populate into the drop-down list. Site. Active sites will be in this list for your workers to select. Now let's jump into those robust elements. Introducing the new inspection element for the form designer. Let's build a custom inspection. Start from a template and edit it to your needs. Or, start from scratch with a blank design. Set the form type in the Settings tab. Now click to add an inspection element to your form. Give the element a descriptive label to keep things organized. Then select the subjects of your inspection from either assets, employees, or sites. Click here to edit the default inspection responses and their behaviors. Edit, add, or delete the default response labels. And toggle on or off corrective actions and required comments. Save your responses, and let's start adding some inspection items. Large inspections can be broken down into sections. You can add, edit, or delete sections from your inspection. Let's try editing the default section. Sections have a header, a description, and the ability to embed images to help guide your workers. Add as many line items as you need. You can drag and drop to reorder line items, or delete them if they no longer apply. Save your changes, and let's jump to the Preview tab to see what our workers will see. The header, description, and images are at the top of each section. Responses requiring corrective actions or comments alert the workers with red boxes. At the end of the sections, workers will see a preview card of their identified deficiencies. If more information is required, the deficiency will be highlighted in red. And they can click here to be automatically brought to the inspection item requiring attention. The resulting corrective action will be sent to be reviewed and assigned by managers. In this video, you have seen how to create an inspection, set the form type, add an inspection element, customize the inspection element's properties, and preview your design. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Introducing the new Form Designer element for generating action items. With the action item element, you can now generate an action item directly from any form you design. Let's take a look. In the Form Designer, you can click here to add an action item element to your design. The action item will look like this in your form. Notice the headers and helper text already provided in the element. Workers will need to give a title and description of the action item. Upload supporting documents is optional but can give extra information to properly resolve the item. Workers, click here to add more action items as needed. For every one they add, an action item is created and started in the corrective action workflow found here, in the My Task section of the software. For example, this form has 3 action items added to it. When handed in, it creates these 3 action items to be assigned to your workers. Action items are perfect for safety meetings, toolbox talks, and manager meetings. The possibilities are endless. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay safe out there. Now that we have covered the elements, let's click one to move it into our form. As you will see, on the right side the element properties populate. Element properties populate content into each element and create settings for how the element functions. Settings keep you organized and set parameters for your element. Element organization label. This is what shows in the build section as the element label. We highly recommend giving each element a name to stay organized for the future. Best practice is to use details similar to the content you will add in below. Settings will change depending on the element. Contents. Use the contents area to add statements, questions, create placeholder answers, helper text for how to answer the question, and more. These fields will change depending on the element. Now that we have covered the elements, let's click one to move it into our form. Create groups for organization, but also to create repeatable logs. Check off what elements you want to group. Create a group of the selected elements. Create repeating groups by toggling on the switch. This is great for creating logs and capturing repeating information. Instead of having long forms, a worker can hit add and another log will be added to the form. You can also ungroup here as well. Let's jump over to the Preview tab to see how that repeating group works. As you work on your form, you can click on the Preview tab to see how the form will look to your workforce when they are filling it out. Thank you to our clients for this great idea. Publish your form when ready. It will go live to your workers and be found in the mobile app along with the web-based software. Come back anytime to update your forms and make new ones. Thank you for joining, and here is a review of everything we learned today. We hope you now have the knowledge to build forms the way you want while making it easy and efficient for the workers in the field to fill out. This training video will always be a resource for you and your team in the training section and be updated as we continue to expand the Form Designer.